Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to my 18,000 mile update on my 2019 Subaru Forester Sport. My name is Terry, aka Lucrativesoldier. If you are a subscriber, thanks for following. If you are not yet a subscriber, please subscribe and keep up with the Subaru happenings and whatever DIY things I got going on. Today I'm going to go over everything that's come up in my 18,000, well, actually, I'm at 21,000 miles, a little over 21,000 miles. So I'm gonna go over everything that's come up within 21,000 miles and how things are going. Before we get started, I will go over my car wash. I just recently picked up a foam cannon, and that's what I use to wash my baby. Okay, so to start, if you're interested in wondering what I use to wash my vehicle, I'll give you a little rundown. So, first off, I have this, I'm going to say it wrong, Ryobi, only because I seen the commercial. I thought it was Ryobi. Ryobi, 1600 PSI electric pressure washer. Pretty, it's powerful enough to get the car clean and just underpowered that you don't have to worry about, spraying your paint off or whatever. All right. So for the soap, I'm using the Chemical Guys Blacklight Hybrid Radiant Finish Car Wash Soap. This stuff is recommended for dark vehicles, black cars, etc. If you have the black sport, black whatever, anything, this works real good. And it actually goes a long ways. I probably washed my car last maybe a little over a week ago, and I mean it's still holding the shine. I'm only washing it again because I see the dust on it. So I'm gonna give it another wash, but that holds up real well. I like that a lot better than the other stuff I was using, which I believe was McGuire's. I shouldn't even be saying that, right? But definitely happy with that. And I also picked up this little foam cannon is what they call them. So, I put a little bit of the soap in here, diluted it with water, and shoot it on the car. And man, it smells good. Kind of makes you think of when you go through those little car washes with all the different colors. There's like this, and smells good, has that good smell. Basically that's what I do. Shoot it down, wipe it down, dry her off, and have her nice and shiny. And of course, do the windows, the inside, whatever. Make it look good, but for the most part, that's what I use. Chemical Guys has another kit that I will be purchasing that has a little more for the wax and etc. So I'm excited to get a hold of that and see how much better this black shines, because right now it looks great. I'm happy, but if you can make that look better, I'm definitely interested. So there you go. If you're interested in what I use, there you go. By the way, if you look for the foam cannons, you'll see they range in price anywhere from probably like $10 up to maybe $40, $50, if I'm not mistaken. This is a $10 one, works great. I chose it because it had great reviews. Why spend $40 when you can get the same thing, if not better, for $10? And I have no complaints. It gets the job done, and it lays a nice coat of soapy foam over the vehicle. I'd like to apologize that I kind of skipped out on part of the washing process because my parents showed up and I kind of got carried away in what I was doing and didn't think I wasn't recording. So first I'm gonna start with somebody had suggested that I contact Subaru USA to deal with the windshield issue that that we're all having on our Subaru Foresters. I think, well, on our Subarus. So, they told me they're in a different state, and they contacted Subaru USA, and Subaru USA had them go down to their local dealer, and they had their windshield replaced. So I said, all right, well, let's try that. Call Subaru USA, they tell me the same thing. Go down to my local dealer, have them go over it, and if they agree that, there's an issue, they'll have it taken care of. So I'm feeling pretty confident because, like I said, I've had somebody tell me that they've had theirs taken care of with absolutely no issues whatsoever. No hassle. They just did it. So I took it down to my local dealer here in Ontario, California at Subaru of Ontario. I am calling you out because I'm a bit upset. I will say I got there and service department's okay, but I had to deal with the service manager who had to come out and inspect my vehicle. My issues are he's inspecting the windshield for the chips and cracks, and then I'm having looks like a bubble in my clear coat on the roof of my vehicle. So starting with the problem with the clear coat, my vehicle's garage kept, so it's not out in the elements, it's not out in the sun, it's not, it's garage kept. The only time it's out is when I'm driving it. So first off, he comes out, looks at it, I show him the spot, and right away he's like, that's bird dropping damage. Some bird dropping damage? What the? Since when does a bird dropping leave damage? So I said, okay, I've been driving for quite a while now and had many of cars, and not once have I had this problem. So I said, okay, all right. I'm not gonna argue with that one right now. So then we move on to the windshield. Looks at my windshield, he's like, oh yeah, that crack's from a rock impact. So I said, okay, well, I have two of them. I got them both within the first 1,000 or 2,000 miles. And then I have, lots of micro fine chips throughout my windshield. So, he tells me, that's normal. Is that normal? Again, with years and years and years of experience, I've never had any of these problems. So I know it's not normal. So, I push the issue and tell them, all right, I know it's a known issue with Subaru windshields. I've never had this problem. So he tells me that's normal. He has two vehicles, windshield looks just the same. Now, if you're from California, you're familiar with Palm Springs. For those of you who are not familiar with California and Palm Springs, you will know Palm Springs is out in the middle of the desert. So he tells me he goes through sandstorms because he lives in Palm Springs and has to drive to the city every day. So he goes through sandstorms. I say, well, I don't go through no Palm Springs. I don't go through the sand. I don't go through, I do city driving. This is really going to get you guys. For those of you who are here in LA and know LA, Ontario, Southern California. He tells me, well, sometimes driving to and from LA, you run into sandstorms. So it's very frustrating. Now, for those of you who aren't from Southern California and don't know the area, that is strictly city and suburb driving. Suburbs, whatever, however you say it, pronounce it, whatever. But absolutely no desert, no open, no sandstorm, no, there's nothing for that to be going through. So, I'm taking deep breaths. I'm losing it right here. I'm going on one. So when it comes down to it, I have to ask him, what exactly is he going to report his findings to Subaru? So he tells me, rock damage, normal pit damage from rock impact. So as of right now, I'm waiting for a response from Subaru USA, which at this point, I'm not feeling too good about it because they are relying on this person to give them an accurate description of what, or details of what's going on with my vehicle. And when he's making it seem like this is natural and normal, they are not going to want to fix the problem. So at this point, I'm already prepared to go to a few other dealerships, to get more quotes or what the issue is or whatnot, etc. Another one will be here in Southern California, and the wife and I plan on going to Vegas for a little bit. So I figure while we are in Vegas, we will stop at the Subaru dealer out there, since that is a different state, and see what kind of response we get from the Subaru dealer in Las Vegas, Nevada. So that's where we stand with our windshield issue and our paint issue. All in all, I'm loving my Subaru at 21,000 miles, just not loving the faulty windshield and the faulty paint that I can't seem to get any corrections on. So we will see how that goes. Okay, so at 21,000+ miles right now, only issues other than the windshield and the bubble in my clear on my roof that I am having with my vehicle are, I have experienced maybe twice just slight hesitation in the transmission. Not enough to take it in, because I'm certain it's not gonna do it for the dealership. It hasn't been a problem, it's just been something I've noticed maybe like 2 times upon acceleration, where it just felt like it wasn't right. So at this point, it's really a non-issue. I will be keeping an eye on it so we can be on top of things. Another issue I've come across is, I've heard people had this problem before, which is the tailgate not wanting to open. So it was pretty annoying, as I just came out the grocery store, had my hands full, was hoping to just push my button and let it open up so I could get my stuff in. Well, it didn't work like that. Pushed the button, beeped a few times, and nothing. So I had to open it manually. Actually, not that time. I just went to the car door, tossed all my stuff in the front seat. Later, opened it manually. You can reset it. I believe it's hold the button down for 10 seconds and it will reset. That is actually how I opened it manually, so I'm not sure if that was the reset or just a manual opening, but it got it open and it has been functioning properly ever since. So, I don't know if that's the reset. I don't know if it was just a temporary problem. I don't know. What I've learned, another reset is the radio. If you've ever had any problems with your radio where, it's not picking up your Apple Play, your Apple CarPlay or whatever, if you push the volume knob and the tuner knob in at the same time until the radio resets, that usually takes care of the problem. That's like the way you reset it. If you didn't know that, now you know. So at 21,000 miles, I think that's about it for the issues. Everything else is going good. At 21,000 miles, I've yet to have a Subi wave. But this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking if I put myself out there, put some off-road tires on there, look like we're ready to go do a little off-roading, then maybe, possibly, I'll get like the Subi wave from other like Subis, those who are willing to use the Subi like it's meant to be used, to take it anywhere, to go have fun. I don't know. But we'll see. That's the next step. Might have to give me like a Subi Nation sticker. I don't know. What you guys think? Anywho, I will say I'm starting to see more of the sports popping up around here. So with that said, I definitely need to start doing something to set my sport apart from your other sports. Nothing against your other sports, but you know, just got to be a little different. Okay, so another issue that's really a non-issue is, I don't know if I brought this up before, but my driveway is pretty steep. What I cannot stand about my Subi is it will scare the crap out of me sometimes pulling into my driveway and emergency braking. Oh man, so that's the only thing. You know, I'd rather it work than not work, and you know, that's what I deal with. So I've learned to try to pull in a little slower just to avoid the emergency braking triggering. All right, we are coming up on Vegas now. We're 200 miles into the trip, and I started noticing, you know, I've been using my cruise control, and I'm noticing that the car's kind of jerky coming up on this last 200 miles. The first 200 miles was fine, and now it's like coming up on this last leg, it's gotten a bit jerky. It's, you know, not bad, but it's noticeable. So I think while we're here having things looked over at the Sub dealer, we'll have them check out the transmission and you know, see what turns up with that. Alright, so we just left Subaru Las Vegas and we're headed back to Cali. Looks like hopefully we'll have some good news. The service manager there inspected the windshield. Seems like we might have resolution, so we'll just have to see what his report says to Subaru and see what comes back from Subaru USA about it. Okay, and so I was thinking, like, another issue I have is I'll be doing something with my keys in my pocket, and if I squat down, whatever, it will unlock the vehicle, open the trunk, things like that. It's usually opening the trunk. So my vehicle's garage parked, and a couple of times it's opened up and dinged my tailgate. So that really kills me. Subaru's solution is take your keys out your pocket when you're not driving your vehicle. So, I don't know. So that's it for the 18,000 mile update. I hope it was pretty informative for you and I gave you the info you were looking for. I will keep you guys posted and updated on the outcome with Subaru USA and having the windshield and the paint taken care of. If you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe to keep up and stay updated with the 2019 Subaru Forester Sport happening. I'm Terry, Lucrative Soldier. Catch you next time.